Is this thing on? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Once again, live on Twitch. It's Wednesday night. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day, night, or whatever it is in your neck of the woods or in your part of the world. Welcome to a continuation of Bose 831 Gaming's Twitch live stream series. We're playing Farming Simulator 22, and we're on the Silverrun Forest map, which is the base map that comes with the Farming Simulator 22 Platinum Expansion Pack. And again, this is the Silverrun Forest map. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your time. We're kind of picking up right from where we left off on the last episode with a few caveats. At the end of last week's episodes, I realized that I did make some mistakes in the preparation of my other two fields. So I did go back and basically reset these fields and reapply my lime and my fertilizer. I went back to both of these fields, and we also removed the rocks from these fields, and then we went back and did our liming and our fertilizing and our seeding. So now both field 3 and field 1 don't have any rocks. All the rocks have been removed, and it should be in the correct state as to where we were when we left off on last week's episode, minus the rocks being in the field. Alright, and going on to field 2, if we can, we're going to flip over here to the precision farming tab. Excuse me, now actually the main filter on the crop types, we're going to tab over to excuse me, the soil competition section of the filters, and we can see that field 2, we have not removed the rocks from field 2. I saved that for tonight's episode, and that's what we're going to do next on field 2. But first of all, since let's see, it's still kind of dark because we're early in the morning, so hopefully you'll be able to see a little better as we advance in the day here. But we already have our tractor, and we've already leased our rock picker here. Excuse me, our stone picker. And then this is a modded device we have. Let's go here so I can show you that device on our screen here. And this is the stone picker that we'll be using. It's the modded ELO Scorpio 710 stone picker mod. And this, you can find this on your mod hub. This one has an increased operating speed and storage capacity. And we're going to go ahead and turn our lights on now and get the tractor and the rock picker hooked up. We're just going to hop right into it. We've already plowed this field. And stones can and will have an impact on your environmental score as well, although less of an impact. Plowing will have an impact on your environmental score. As I've kind of indicated in previous episodes, one of the things about precision farming is you get penalized for plowing and or cultivating. The less of that you have to do to get your crops planted, the better your environmental score. So that's why you tend to want to use no plowing implements to plant your crops when you're ready to plant. But right now we're going to go ahead and turn on our stone picker, and we're going to go ahead and start picking the stones from this field. I think I can we're gonna go ahead and turn a worker loose on that. It should work okay here. Should run into any issues on this field because this field is pretty square and straight up, so should be no issues there. But we'll still kind of watch him a little bit to make sure he doesn't do anything weird here. And again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. I hope you've had a wonderful day or whatever it is or what's going on with you. Hopefully everything's going great. Glad to have you aboard. And like I said before, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you tuning in, and, just keep tuning in, keep the comments going. Y'all don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on all of my content. Let me know what you like, let me know what you don't. If there's things you want to see me do in a series, or there's some other games you might be interested in seeing some gameplay of, let me know. And I definitely look into seeing whether or not, we can make that happen as well. I have talked about in some past episodes that I will be working in the future on getting some additional content out there. There's a few other games I've been kind of having in the rotation as of late, but I have not done any live stream with those. But I am gonna in the not too distant future work on getting some lives done with those games and getting some additional content out there with some different games that I play, and just kind of put that stuff out there and see what gains traction and what doesn't, and that will kind of guide what I end up doing going forward. Because right now in the rotation I'm kind of playing, obviously it is Farming Simulator 22, but I spend a lot of time on, but right now I'm spending a lot of time on the 2K Golf, on Starfield, and Grand Theft Auto Online, and that's kind of most of my rotation right now. That sometimes does go in cycles, but right now those are my primaries right now. And really most of my time has been in Grand Theft Auto Online. I've been taking a little bit of a break from Starfield because I'm starting to just burn out a little bit because of the way I play those type of games. I like to try to, and it's just I guess the OCD side of my brain. Before I rush through and finish the main story on those type of games, I like to try to do most, if not all, of these side quests that I can. So what often happens with a game like that, with a story or role-playing game like that, is I usually, kind of halfway through, even if it's a good game that I really, really love, I oftentimes tend to get burned out and have to take a break from that game and come back to it before I finish it off. I mean, as good as The Witcher 3 was, it took me almost half a year, almost a year to finish that game. And that game is arguably the best, in my opinion, probably arguably the best role-playing game on a console, pretty much out there, that was ever made, save for maybe some of the original Baldur's Gate games for me, and with an honorable mention for Neverwinter Nights thrown in there. And yes, I know that there's a Baldur's Gate game out there on consoles. I haven't got around to that one yet. I will eventually, but for me, that is more of a thing that you play on PC. I gotta get, I will get that one at some point and kind of mess around with it and see how the controls translate to console versus PC, because that would be kind of weird for me playing Baldur's Gate with a joystick or keypad, or with a joystick, I should say. But as I understand, I know that I've heard that game is supposed to be pretty good, and a lot of people even recommend that one per se over Starfield. But I'll get around to that. The same thing for the what's the other Star Wars game out there, the Jedi Survivor. But I never really got that heavy into the other Star Wars game, the predecessor to the Jedi game. That series is cool, but it just I don't know, for whatever reason, I just could not get into that. Even though I know that's one that a lot of gamers swear by. And, and I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but just that one's just, I don't know what it is. But that's kind of where I'm at. But I think part of that whole thing with the Jedi game, though, is just I had so many games on my backlog, including the previously mentioned Witcher game, that I was just like, okay, it's all right, but I just don't have enough time. You know. Also, kind of in the back of my mind, have the Cyberpunk Liberty. I'm about to say Liberty City. Is that the thing? What it's called? I think it's a Liberty City or whatever. But that expansion is on my backlog, and I want to eventually grab that and run through that as well. Cyberpunk is another game that I kind of, because that's kind of how I play those type of games, that I got into and finished most of the story on that one, but I never did finish that one. Kind of burned out between running through the story and doing as many of the side quests as I could until I got, kind of burned out on it. And now that that expansion is out, there's been so many updates and changes to the game. It's basically a new game now. I'm also kind of wondering, would it be kind of prudent to look at, just replaying the whole game and, starting over and doing a whole playthrough, now that it's basically a different game. But it's, I know you have some people that play through these things multiple times, but I'm not one of those. I don't really have no interest, even though it's a good game, and going through additional playthroughs. That's just not how I typically game as well. I didn't think about that. That AI worker has a full tank. Why are we still? This is still really dark. And where's my? I'm having a brain malfunction. Okay. We need to go grab a trailer here. So. And it's kind of dark on me, so I'm kind of having a little bit of a struggle seeing where I'm at here. I know what that means for you guys that are watching here. But what I might need to do here is we need to take a moment and kind of advance time a little bit so we can see what's going on. This is pretty dark. And it's early in the morning, but it's not late enough for there to be enough light for you to get a good view. Alright, come on, dude. Let's first of all do that, because this is crazy dark. Hop over here. And let's dismiss the AI worker. And let's go. Let's advance our time here. Let's go. 7, 10, 120. And let's advance our time to later in the day so we can get more daylight hours here and see if you can get a better view of what we're doing here. Let's bring it out here. That's all right. There we go. Let's go back. Let's bring the time back down to 3. And now let's address the other issue that we were trying to manage here. We're gonna go grab our trailer. dump trailer. If I can get it hitched on here correct. I'm gonna go out here to where we had our stone picker running at. We need to unload the full load of rocks that we have in our stone picker. I'm just gonna roll out here to that field. Over here to where our stone picker is at. That's not too off. And let's hop back in this setup. We should be able to unload our rocks now. Awesome. Then we'll turn the picker back on and hire our AI worker. And we can go ahead and fire our truck up and get the heck out of the way. Okay. And after we get the stones off the field, then our next course of action would be to put some lime down on this field. And then we'll be ready to do our seeding / planting. Yeah, I think we indicated that we were going to put grass on this field, so that should be pretty straightforward. Okay, the worker is leaving some little patches of rocks around the edges of the field, so I'm gonna have to come back and address that. Or no, now that I know that's happening, I didn't catch that before, and what we'll go ahead and do is this thing right here. We'll go ahead and do what's called a headland on both ends of the field, so that the worker will have enough room to get to the end of the field and turn around without leaving any leftover material on the field. Yeah, that's what that is on both ends. So let's back that up. I didn't even notice they were doing that. Stone picker, turn it on. Just manually. Well, that too. Go across the top and the bottom of the field a couple of times. And hopefully the worker will get it right. I can't even drive straight here. This is a really easy field here. It's has a little bit of a irregular shape, but it's not that bad. It's still close to being a square field. And even with the square field, you can see they still kind of mess it up a little bit. Now we're gonna go to this end of the field and do the same thing on this end of the field. Alright, now I gotta go straight up and down on this side, and that will be your headlands, and that should, in theory, give your worker enough room to work all the way down to the end of the field and not run into any problems turning around and missing material before they turn around or in the process of turning around. Actually, the process is twofold here. Let's go ahead and get the edge as well. They probably mess that up too. So we'll go ahead and get this edge and come across at least one pass this way. And I'm not quite sure, but for some reason, it seems like the tractor is trying to struggle. Okay, there it picked up a little bit, but it seemed like it was starting to struggle more than it should be struggling. Okay. And we'll come back and do one more pass on this end. Should be good to go. Okay, and let's go ahead and fire up the worker, and hopefully it should have better results now. As you can see, we're getting close to getting a full load again. We're up to 69, 70 something percent there. And I guess while they're working on that, we can also be thinking about what we're going to do next with the lime spreading piece. Let's go ahead and grab that equipment. We could be doing that as well. So I'm going to take this tractor here and we're going to go over to the shop. We're going to go ahead and wait a minute, I gotta check something else this way. That's on this other setup, isn't it? Just the one. I gotta do it with this setup. This one has the weight. Take this setup to the shop, and we will lime spread with this tractor in this setup. As you see, we got some foggy skies on the map today, but it's still a bit early, so that does check out. Oops, and I forgot, left the other tractor in the streets, huh? Alright, let's get that. As you see, I'm gonna have a Massey Ferguson do today. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the plow. It should be able to go under leased items and under plows, and return this POB 5XL. Turn that back. Alright, now we want to go into that same menu and just take a peek at the items on sale while we're flipping through. Nothing I really want or need at this point in time. So we're going to go to tools, and we're looking for fertilizer spreaders, and we just want to get a lime spreader this time. As you can see, the little icon down there at the bottom of the screen with the, well, it's like a bag with a little leaf on it, or a bucket with a little leaf. That's for fertilizer symbol. Go back. But we need a device that does fertilizer and lime, or does lime. This device here, the Bradell K105, you can see it does both solid fertilizer and lime. That little lime has a little symbol that looks like a hill with little rocks on it. Alright, so we're only doing one field, so we don't need to go too crazy, but the thing that you run into with lime is because of the volume of it, it runs out very quickly. So let's see what device we want to use here. Because I don't want to overcompensate, but I don't want to undercompensate either. We're going to have some leftover material, more than likely. 28,000, 26, 24. We'll probably use this. That has a range of 24 meters. Yeah, that's probably the best bang for the buck right here. And this is a mod by 82 Studios, one of my favorite modders in the game. Configuration we'll do with the extension, and that gives us a 9,000 liter line capacity for lime. Extension 2, extended 25,000. No, I don't think we want to go higher than 9,000. Designs, all the rest of it can be pretty much standard. We'll put a cover on it for what it's worth. Spreader system extended, that gives us the 24-meter range. And I think all the rest of it can be standard-ish. So, and that lease will cost us 25 grand, which is still cheaper than a lot of the other options we were looking at there. We'll go ahead and lease that. And now we need to get lime, because this is not a farming map, so there's no lime station built into the map. Wait a minute, let me check one other thing real quick. Did I return? No, I didn't. Normally we would buy this from the shop, but been working on another issue we were working on last week. During last week's episode, we went ahead and put a multi-fruit buying station on the map, and we'll just use that this time to go ahead and get what we need. But normally you would buy the lime from the shop or from a lime silo that was built into the map. Alright, so here's the buying station here. We're going to go ahead and run over here, and we're going to dial up loop on lime. So it's already set to lime. We've got 9,000 liters. That costs us $1,518. We're going to head on over to field 3. Get ready to apply lime to that field. Alright, we're here. Just gotta get in the right spot. One of the cool other little features of this map that I do appreciate is you have the posts, fence and the posts around the field, but thankfully they didn't turn on the collisions for that part. So that's a little bit of a lifesaver there. Did I just see? Oh, oops. I already had the lime spreader leased, didn't I? I sure did. Yipes. Alright, well done. I forgot I did that in preparation for tonight's episode. Yay. Uh-oh. The merrier, I guess. Got the planter and the lime spreader already lined up for what I was going to be doing. Ah, well. Up the workers build up again, so let's go ahead and bring our truck around here and go unload. Gonna sell that lime back since we made that mistake. We'll address both of those issues momentarily. Oops. I'm trying to knock him off the path there. It surely did. I got 5,000 liters of rocks. Here's what we're going to do to address the mistake I made with the spreader situation. We're gonna have to sell, or I could just go ahead and put it in our silo. That's what we'll do. I just take the L on the additional lease. We'll just quickly head on back over to our farm, our grain silo. Well, I guess train crossing, not so quickly. Alright, so we're heading over to our grain silo this time. Let's see if I can do what I think I'm trying to do here. If it'll let me. It will not, will it? Not that way, at least. Let's see if I can unload them that way and then manually carry them over there. They're too heavy to lift. Nice. But we have a tool for that. Or do we? Well, it doesn't have the correct implement. We can make it work. Once I remember what the controls are. That far. It's making, why is that making that the camera move? There we go. And my apologies, this has already turned into a little bit more than I thought it would. So the side task has become a main task. That's really all we need from this setup. The forks. Alright, whatever. Why you being? Okay, why the heck won't it slide up under me? Making this. Making this way more difficult than it needs to be. Sit down. Just slide them right under there. And do that. That's all I was trying to do, fellas. Okay, what are we snagging on here? It's a bumpy ride. There we go. That's the trick. Trick it. kick it. Can't say the word, man. And again, this task turned out to be a little more tricky than I anticipated, but we have a solution. Let it naturally drain on out of there. I gotta do all 3 more of them. Just have to make a mental note that we have lime. We don't have to buy it from the shop when the time comes to lime the fields again. Normally you want to put lime on the field around every 3 or 4 harvests. What you'll watch for in precision farming is the pH balance of the field, and that will kind of be your guidance on when you need to put lime down. And I'll show you that, a little more information on that in just a few moments here. Almost done with this unanticipated task here. So the money we spent on this slime is not lost, it's just be used at a later date and time. Alright, final countdown, our final one. Alright, so that task is complete. We'll go ahead and move our telehandler back over to the side where we had it parked at for the moment. We'll come back to that shortly. And now we need to address the second spreader that we leased that we don't need right now because I already got one other one here. So we'll return the 82 Studios one. Keep the one that we already had out there. Alright, now let's come back in and see what our worker's done. He's finished or just about. Yeah, it looks like he's done. Let's take a look at the stones on that in the field. So the soil composition, we're already there. You don't see any stones on the map. Go ahead, excuse me. Dismiss the AI worker. We're done. Hold that up. Hold the stone picker up. So we need to unload the stone picker. We're gonna try to wheel our way in here as best that we can. Here we are. And unload what we have. See where that puts us at. We got 6,830 liters of stones. Let's go sell that first and foremost. It will make us a ton of profit. And what is it with my timing today? I'm hitting the train every time, huh? There it is. Normally, this map does have a built-in stone facility. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll just go ahead and ride on out there. You can see it for yourselves. Besides, it'll give you us all an opportunity to kind of partake of some of the built-in scenery on the map. But basically, the stone crusher sell point, or the stone crusher on this map, is in the same area where the iron ore mine is at. So that's where we're headed next. 6,800 liters of rocks. I don't expect much money at all. In fact, my curiosity is kind of piqued right now as to what the game would pay for this small amount of stone. Crash counter +1. Flip the whole thing over there. Hit that corner way too high. I'm gonna go up this road here and up the hill. Let's just say up the mountain. Okay, crash counter +2. I'm about to drive right off the map. That was close. And watch me drive all the way out here for mere pittance. Let's see how much we get. Surprised if it's like 20 or 30 bucks. Alright, unload the stones. Yeah. 631 bucks. That's not that far off. All of that work for that small amount of cash. At least it is still revenue. back over to the field. Counter +3. I'm really struggling driving tonight. Crash counter +4. Took that turn too wide. Alright, here we are, kind of fading out there a little bit. Next we want to go over to our fertilizer spreader. Except we're not spreading fertilizer per se, we're spreading lime right now. And let's go ahead and fire it up. And then just have it set to automatically disperse as needed. And getting back to what I was saying about precision farming and the pH balance of the field, you can go to under the precision farming menu and look on the soil information and go to pH to the pH tab, and it can show you what the different indicators are based on the colors. And as right now, you can see this field is in the yellow in the 5 to 5.5 range, 5.75 range. But in either case, we want to get it in the green or even the blue, ideally. So we can watch it change real time here when we turn our spreader on and start putting the slime down. And we'll hire a worker. Let's see what the worker does with this. While that's happening, I'm gonna go ahead and prep for taking my screenshot for tonight. I'm gonna hide our help window and zoom in nicely. And that. I think that will make a nice screenshot. Alright, so on one end the worker's doing what he's supposed to, and on the other end, not so much. So, as you can see here, the fertilizer spreader, we have it set to automatically apply the right amount of lime that's needed for the field. Much like we showed on the previous episode, when you're looking at the different soil types, depending on the soil type will determine how much lime is needed to get the field, get the lime distribution or output, if you will, to the appropriate level. And so he's still kind of missing some spots. And since the worker's almost done, I won't mess with him until he finishes his task. Not perfect, so I'm still gonna have to go back and clean up some things that he's doing here. Alright, and so far so good. The spreader is actually running better than I thought it would. I thought it would be run out of lime because most of the fertilizer spreaders that also do lime tend to have run out of lime or run through the lime that you have in it very quickly. Okay, now he's doing something weird that's wasting time here, so we're going to go ahead and dismiss him. He's going to back up all the way across the field. Now that's inefficient. Go ahead and turn this thing back on. What we're doing now is kind of like we did with the headlands. We're just kind of painting the edges of the field with the line, and we just want to make sure that we don't miss anything. This is a very critical piece in the process, if you will. Alright, we just about got it wrapped up. Here's a couple of spots we want to touch up if we can. I don't know if it will let us. But let's see. Let's just roll back through. I want to make sure that's everything. So we got this whole field all lined up and ready to go. So now we're ready to do our planting operation. And we already got our planter lined up and ready to go here. But what am I thinking? Oh, wow. Alright, just missed the train that time, man. So the struggle is real tonight, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so we're going to grab this setup here, the Horse Pronto planner. Circle back around, open up the planner. Alright, we want to make sure the automatic application rate is on. Let's set default it because we got to select the correct crop type here. And we want to do grass. Now we unfold. Then we want to lower the cedar. Go ahead and turn it on. you're watching this thing in real time, it's gonna take a little bit of time for this field to be planted. You can already kind of see some interesting developments here, like on the nitrogen level down there. You can see the indicator down in the bottom right. It's still kind of in the red, and not super happy about that. But we'll put, as we that we'll have another opportunity to correct that in the future. Just leave it at that. Alright, so we have going right now, as you can see, we're planting our grass down. And not much else going on right now. We can go ahead, I guess while we're waiting on that, let's go ahead and return some of the lease items that we no longer need. So we can return the stone picker back to the shop. I think that's it for the moment. So now we're just regulated to kind of watching our AI workers to see what it is that they do. And if they do anything weird or crazy, we'll go ahead and take manual control again. Excuse me. I'm extremely tired tonight, so that's why I keep saying the struggle is real. I'm hanging in there tonight, but I'm very, very tired, and that's why I keep zoning in and out a little bit. But I wanted to get this content out to my subscribers and just continue this series. I didn't want to not have to, cancel it tonight. but I'm starting to feel a little bit under the weather, so I am gonna probably have to, right when I hop off here, get me a little medication going or something. Let's see if there's any other things I could be doing while we're waiting on Dad, because he's just gonna kind of run through that and do his thing. Yeah, I guess we can be tending to the animals while that's going on, so let's go ahead and do that now. Start filling, and we're looking for wheat first, right? Go ahead and get our chickens fed. That should be plenty. Let's go over here to our chicken pen. There's the first one. Second one. Number 3. And number 4. Alright, so that's all the chicken feed. Excuse me. And go ahead and unload that, what we didn't use, back to the silo. And next up, let's go ahead and address the pigs. So we're going to do our pig food next. pig food off here. And over to the next pen. And again, we're dropping off more of our pig food. And once again, we're turning the leftover back to the grain silo. And filling up on our next item, and this would be straw. Alright, so we have straw, and we're going to go over to our pig barns and drop off our straw. That's one. And two. Alright, so we dropped our straw for both of the pigs barns, but we need to do the same for the cows because the cows also take straw. That's cow barn 1, and we need to do number 2. Alright. So we're done with our straw. We'll go ahead and turn the leftovers. Alright, so next up is a TMR. That total mixed ration. We got 11,025 liters, so let's see how far that goes. And we'll start in the back, the cow barn in the back. Alright, unloading to the mixed ration. And that took all of us up to 2,859 liters. That means we're going to run out here in the first one. Alright, carefully back it up. Unload. And now we need to go resupply, so let's head over to the shop. I'm going to grab 50,000 liters of total mixed ration. Actually, before we do that though, there's a couple other things we need to address with some leftover supplies we already have here at the shop. Let's do that first. Some fertilizer and barley here, so let's go grab both of those items and bring those over to our silo. It's a solid fertilizer. Unload that. Alright, we got one more pallet here. This is barley, I believe. Alright, so we got our barley here, fading out again. Apologies. Gonna take that over to our grain silo on the farm. And unload it. What is that? Crash counter +6 running into the silo itself. Those are the brakes. Alright, now we're ready to go. Let's go grab the TMR, which we originally were over there to pick up. Yeah, just did miss the train right there. Alright, so we're headed back to... We're already there, at to the shop. Well, let's go over in our shop menu. We want to go under objects and pallets, and we're looking for TMR, or total mix ration, a mixed ration pallet, and we want to do 50,000, so it's 5,000 per pallet. Oh, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 45, 50. All right. Alright, we're just filling up right now, and when we finish filling up, we'll take the TMR over to cow barn number 1 and proceed from there. But I guess while we're waiting on this, let's take a peek around and see where our worker is at. They're still planting. It's going to take some time here. We're about halfway through the field right now. As you see, they're starting to get low in both fertilizer and seed. I just need to be careful and mindful and kind of watch that, because the AI worker will continue planting if we run out of fertilizer but not seed. Trying to hang in there. We're just churning along. Let's continue filling up on our TMR. I'm sorry, tonight this episode has been a bit of a big bag. Mixed bag, let's see. Not feeling 100%. Still trying to hang in there, get this content out to you. Now it's just going to take a little bit of time to pick up all these pallets and get them loaded into our trailer. Alright, we got 3 more pellets to go here. What we're looking like on time. Alright, we finally got everything loaded up. And we're going to head back over to our cow barn and finish feeding the cows in barn number 1. Alright, unload. And unload with our leftovers. And that's it, we're done with animals. Next would be our production change, but first let's check on our planner, see what he's doing. Looks like he got stuck. So let's get our equipment turned around. Hire the worker again. And go ahead and finish off this last little section. Close to where we want to be as we come up on the end of tonight's live stream. So, this has been Mosley Good One Gaming Live on Twitch. This Farming Simulator 22 Platinum Edition live stream series on Silverrun Forest map, which is the base map that comes with that expansion. Like I always say, you're not having fun doing what you do, then what are you doing? Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't. By the way, let me know. Bose831 Gaming on most of your major social media platforms, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and Instagram for sure. And always call it Twitter and not X. That's just not rocking. I'm not rocking with that. I don't thank everyone for tuning in tonight and kind of toughing this one out with me. It hasn't been the smoothest episode tonight, but we did get through it. That's just about all I got here. We got about 3 or 4 minutes here to go. Thank you, everyone. Just going to continue to let this planner run, and let me take a peek at one other thing before we kind of jump away here tonight. Yard has a demand for floor tiles, 493 liters. That's something we can knock out in 3 minutes. That trailer, we can on that. We'll need the boxing trailer for that. We just need 1,000 liters of floor tiles, basically. Next stop is our flooring factory. And there it is. We just need one pallet, so it's going to pack away in here. Close up. Head on over to our boat yard. Looks like our worker is finished. We'll go jump over there real quick. Once we're done here, unload the floor tiles. Okay, give us $2,528 in profit. And the boat build can continue. Oh, just did miss that there. That's it. It's a wrap. Thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. Hope you've enjoyed this as much as I have. And I will catch you on the flip side. Have a good night, everyone.